Hello, I'm Dr. Lebowski and welcome to the first episode ever of Those Four, a cinema band show where we suggest you 4 quality movies so you can have access to good films. Today we're gonna have 4 movies from the same director. It's a very interesting director, all his career, and we will talk more in detail here on Cinema Bun, but for today we're just gonna suggest his first 4 films, and here they are. Number 1. The Sixth Sense, gigantic film, everybody in the world saw it when it came out, but just in chance you haven't seen it, and for the younger people out there and all that, if you haven't seen this movie, you should go and see it. It was a cultural phenomenon, it's a very, very nice film, so not gonna talk much about this one. If you haven't seen it, go see it. So, right after The Sixth Sense, Shyamalan, still young. Right after the success, he makes his second film, Unbreakable. And what happens here? Again, it's very well received. Tarantino has it as one of the top 10 of the decade. That's something. And the whole movie, it's about him realizing he's a superhero. He's unbreakable. Pretty good. Number 3. Signs. Okay, Signs. So again, right after Unbreakable, Shyamalan brings us Signs, another very, very, very good movie with Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix. Again, it's about an alien invasion, but quite different. It's about the nuclear family mainly, and how they deal with such a situation. Very loved. A lot of people hold this movie very high. There's also an example of the guy who made Attack the Block, the British director. Attack the Block was inspired by Signs. He went to see it, and he came out of the movie thinking of having the idea for what would be Attack the Block. Number 4, The Village. Okay, this one, I must say, this is the main reason why I wanted to do the first episode about Shyamalan's first 4 movies was about The Village, actually. Because, as you might or might not know, Shyamalan started very strong with his 4 movies, and then he went through a less inspired phase. But some people start saying this is where they saw him lose touch with his skill. I don't agree one bit. I think it's a masterpiece. All the performances are top notch. It's really good. Technically, even the color, the shots, most of the movie it's like long one shots with dollies and cranes and this and that. It's really, really phenomenal. The story, it's fantastic. As a metaphor, it's phenomenal. It's one of the best metaphors ever in movies, I think. A problem with the movie at the time was the studios insisted they would market it as a horror film. The Shyamalan, he always had that supernatural vibe to him. And so they ended up marketing it as a monster film, which, the movie does have monsters, but it's a love story. For those of you who haven't seen it, and it will, don't be fascinated by the trailers and the monsters. They are monsters, but it is a love story. It's a phenomenal film. It's what it is. This is it. This was our first episode. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned. We'll be releasing new videos all the time. Cinema Bun, those 4 Shyamalan flicks. I'm Dr. Lebowski, and